flying commercial is safer than flying private.
Volar comercial es más bueno que privado.
All my troubles
Todos mis problemas
happen on private planes.
pasaron en el privado.
Don't fly private.
No vueles privado.
They are expensive. They're expensive.
Es muy caro.
They're expensive and dangerous.
Es muy caro y peligroso.
Pastor Benny will tell us that story.
Pastor Benny nos dirá eso.
I had faith
Tuve fe.
because I think if that happened, I was in that plane, I'll pass out.
Porque si pasa eso conmigo me
I
desmayo.
have more faith.
Tengo más fe.
And everywhere I preach the word,
Donde quiera que predico la palabra,
I've been to some nations and I think nobody has been there.
fui a naciones donde
They said,
nadie ha ido.
no. 8 years ago, Pastor Benny, he was here. I said, he was here?
Hace 8 años estuvo aquí.
I go to this nation.
Voy a
They
esta
said,
nación.
no.
Dice,
9
no.
years ago, Pastor Benny, he was here.
9 años Pastor Benny estuvo aquí.
Been around the world.
Estuvo todo el mundo.
Let's receive the ministry.
Reciban el ministerio.
God's servant,
El sirviente de Dios,
Pastor Benny Hinn.
Pastor Benny Hinn.
Give the Lord a hand clap for him.
Dale un fuerte aplauso a Dios por su vida.
Clap those hands again and again and again.
Dale fuerte el aplauso, dale fuerte el aplauso.
Clap those hands again.
Dale fuerte el aplauso.
Let's honor him.
Hónralo.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Gracias.
You stay tonight.
Yo me quedé hoy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And while you're here,
Y cuando estamos aquí,
take your seats, please.
gracias, toma tu asiento.
What is your name? Bam. B-A-M?
Yes, sir.
Bam, wow. Is that your full name?
Yes, Bam Morales.
Oh, okay. I'll just call you Bam?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're very good. I've been listening to you. Yeah. So,
Entonces,
Jim, thank you.
toma, gracias.
I will tell him now.
Vamos a hablar ahora.
We're flying back from Tokyo, Japan on a G4.
Veníamos de Tokio en un avión.
Yeah, come stand here. Come stand here. You're something else, brother. And all the system, navigational system, went out.
Y todo el sistema de navegación se murió.
I saw the devil's face a few minutes before that
Vi la cara del diablo hace unos minutos
on the wood,
en la pared,
on the plane.
en el avión.
And he was laughing,
Y se estaba riendo.
thinking maybe he won, you know.
Pensó que había ganado.
He's a liar.
Es un mentiroso.
So, within minutes,
Entonces, en minutos,
the navigation went out.
la navegación se murió.
Now, this was before GPS.
Esto antes era del GPS.
Now, this is a beautiful plane,
Entonces, este es un avión hermoso.
G4SP.
G4S.
The pilots were over the Pacific Ocean,
Los pilotos estaban en el Pacífico,
11 o'clock p.m.
11 de la noche,
They got lost.
se perdieron.
Everybody's crying.
Todos estaban llorando.
I had probably about
Tenía probablemente
7 people on the plane.
como 7 en el avión.
They were all freaking out.
Estaban teniendo miedo.
I was so calm.
Yo estaba tan calmado.
The Lord really spoke to me.
El Señor me habló.
He said, all is well.
Me dijo, todo está bien.
That's all he said.
Es todo lo que dijo.
We had a flight attendant.
Teníamos una atendiente.
She was crying.
Estaba llorando.
The 2 pilots,
Los 2 pilotos,
very nervous.
muy nerviosos.
So as I'm sitting on the plane,
Entonces, conforme me senté en el avión,
I'm looking at the air show.
estoy viendo todo lo que está pasando.
And I see that plane going in all kinds of
Veo
directions.
que el avión está por todos lados,
Because they didn't know where they were.
porque no sabían dónde estaban.
So I went up to the cockpit. I said,
Entonces fui al piloto.
do you know where you are?
Dije, ¿sabes dónde estás?
They said, no.
Dice, no.
They said, well, we are talking to a Qantas airline
Entonces estábamos hablando con una aerolínea
close by,
cercas,
flashing the red light,
mostrando la luz roja,
hoping we would see them.
esperando que los viéramos.
They could not see a thing.
No lo podíamos ver.
What was happening,
Lo que estaba pasando,
they were talking to the tower
están hablando a la torre
in Honolulu.
en Honolulu.
And there were 2 men there,
Y había 2 hombres ahí,
one Christian, one
un
non-Christian.
cristiano y otro que no era cristiano.
The non-Christian was giving them information. Had they followed, we would be dead.
El cristiano estaba dando el que no era cristiano dio información falsa,
But the Christian man said,
pero el cristiano dijo,
turn on an AM station.
prende una AM,
Happened to be a Christian
y
station.
era una estación cristiana.
that had the strongest signal,
que tenía la señal más fuerte,
and they found it.
y nos encontraron.
And they were able to fly on that beam.
Dijimos en esa señal,
When we landed,
cuando aterrizamos,
out of fuel,
no teníamos gas.
the pilot said to me, had we been 1 minute late,
Dice, un minuto más, el piloto dijo,
all dead.
todos muertos.
But I had such peace.
Pero tenía tan calma.
I'll tell you something funny though.
Te digo algo chistoso.
I had a man with me named Ralph Wilkerson.
Tenía un nombre,
Ralph
un
Wilkerson.
cassette,
A man
un hombre
named
llamado
Ralph
Ralph
Wilkerson.
Wilkerson.
I know some Spanish, brother. So, all right. He's good.
Él está bien, está bien.
Again, your name is what now?
Bam, sir.
Bam, Bam. I'm going to call you Bam Bam.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Entonces,
Ralph was sleeping.
Ralph estaba
Now,
dormido.
Ralph Wilkerson brought Catherine Kuhlman to California.
Ahora Ralph le llamó a Catherine Kuhlman, a California.
Yeah, he was a very powerful man.
Era un hombre
Had the
poderoso.
largest church in Southern California
Y el
called
señor-
Melodyland,
Y el señor estaba en California llamado Maldiland,
right by Disney.
por este nombre.
So he's sleeping, so I go wake him up.
Y lo desperté.
Now this is before we landed.
Este era antes de que aterrizáramos.
I said, Ralph, you better wake up
Entonces Ralph le dije, despiértate
and pray.
y ora.
He said, leave me alone.
Dice, déjame en paz.
Jesus slept in the midst of the storm.
Jesús durmió en el medio de la tormenta.
That's what he said.
Es lo que dijo.
My brother Henry
Mi hermano Henry
was on the plane.
estaba en el avión
He's
y
crying
está llorando
and he's singing.
y está
I
adorando.
sing praises to your
Yo canto
name.
adoración a tu nombre.
Oh Lord. He was singing
Estaba
like
cantando.
this. He was sobbing.
Porque
I
estaba
sing
llorando.
praises to. I said, Henry, what are you doing?
Dije, Henry, ¿qué estás haciendo?
He said, I want to enter heaven singing.
Dijo, quiero ir al cielo cantando.
That's what happened.
Es lo que pasó.
But Pastor, I've been flying for
Pastor
about,
Iván, estoy volando
oh
hace
my mind, 50 years.
50 años.
And I'll tell you this,
Y te digo esto,
flying commercial is safer than flying private.
volar comercial es más bueno que privado.
All my troubles
Todos mis problemas
happen on private planes.
pasaron en el privado.
Don't fly private.
No vueles privado.
They are expensive,
Es muy caro,
they're expensive and dangerous.
es muy caro y peligroso.
Really, all of my troubles, private planes.
Todos los problemas eran los privados.
I've never had one problem
Nunca tuve un problema
on a commercial
en
flight.
lo comercial.
That's just a fact.
Ese es un hecho.
You know, commercial flights,
¿Sabe,
you
los vuelos
know,
comerciales
they have their troubles,
Tienen problemas,
delays,
se
and
tardan,
people everywhere,
gente por
all
todas
that.
partes, todo eso.
But today they have these special services, you know,
pero ahora tiene
like VIP
servicios
services.
especiales.
You don't even have to go to the airport. You go to a special place.
Si vas al
They
lugar
take,
especial,
they take your luggage.
Toman
They,
tus maletas.
they get your boarding pass.
toman tu pase
You go on.
y te vas.
You go on the plane when you want to go
Y te
on.
vas en el avión cuando tú quieres.
Much cheaper.
Más barato.
You'll save God's money,
Te ahorrarás el dinero de
and
Dios
you may save your life.
y te ahorrarás la vida.
That's a fact.
Ese es un hecho.
You know, Miles Monroe
Sabes, Miles Monroe
was a friend of mine.
era un amigo mío.
He was flying in the Bahamas.
Estaba volando en las Bahamas.
It was bad weather,
Había las tormentas.
and the pilot crashed
Y el piloto chocó
because he was bold.
porque era bravo.
They say never
Le
fly
dijo, nunca vueles
with a bold pilot
con un piloto bravo
or an old pilot.
o un piloto viejo.
He probably had a bold pilot.
Probablemente tuvo un piloto bravo.
Don't ever forget that.
No te olvides de eso.
If you fly private,
Si te vuelas
make
privado,
sure the guy is not old or bold.
que no sea viejo o bravo.
And if you really want to be safe,
Y si quieres ser salvo,
if you still want to fly
si
private,
quieres volar privado,
at least make sure you go charter.
tan siquiera asegúrate de ir charter.
That keeps the rules, you know.
Eso mantiene las reglas.
Yeah, well, anyways, that's all I got to say.
Es todo lo que tengo que decir.
Love you. Okay. No, you
Okay.
stay. I'm gonna use you tonight
Te voy a usar esta noche
because there was a young man back there,
porque había un joven atrás
and I thought he was one of the kids here,
y pensé que era un niño de
but
aquí
he was in the back, and I
Pero
shook
estaba
his hand. He was
atrás.
so sweet.
y era muy
I
dulce.
said, "Do you speak English?"
Le dije, ¿hablas español?
He said,
inglés?
"No." He
Dice,
said,
no.
"No." I said, "Okay, I'm gonna need
dice, okay. Te voy a
but I
necesitar.
didn't know your name.
No
Bam
sabía tu
Bam.
nombre.
Bam Bam. I like that. Does anybody ever call you Bam Bam?
Yes, sir.
Why you dress like Benny Hinn for?
I just love it, sir. I love your style.
He said he loves my style. I like that.
Amo su estilo.
How old are you? How old are you?
31, sir.
31. Wow.
31 años.
Is your wife here?
Yes, she's here.
Which one is she?
She was up there.
Where?
She was up there.
Well, she's somewhere there.
She's somewhere there.
Be good to her.
Yes, sir.
You got children?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dan, where are you?
Dan, ¿dónde estás?
Come, you're going to
Ven.
sing.